I'm really sorry. That's all I have. All I have are grass pellets. That's it. That's it. Good girl. Good girl. Can I help you? Hi. Hi. Come right over here. Come right over here. Right here. What do I say? Hey, beautiful.